Museums as we know them are under fire, and not just from the occasional disgruntled visitor. Former President Donald Trump has taken aim at these institutions, particularly the Smithsonian, claiming they're the last bastion of what he calls woke culture. In a recent post on Truth Social, Trump declared, "The Smithsonian is out of control, where everything discussed is how horrible our country is, how bad slavery was, and how unaccomplished the downtrodden have been. Nothing about success, nothing about brightness, nothing about the future." But here's where it gets controversial. Trump isn't just criticizing museums, he's proposing a radical reimagining of what they should be. And this is the part most people miss. His vision is as bold as it is divisive. Let's start with the basics. Why are museums so fixated on the past? Trump asks. Why don't museums include things from the future? It's a question that, on the surface, seems absurd. But it's also one that challenges us to think differently about how we preserve and present history. Museums, after all, are meant to educate and inspire, yet Trump argues they often leave visitors feeling guilty or depressed. From exhibits on slavery to displays of ancient bones, he believes museums focus too much on the darker chapters of history and not enough on triumph, innovation, or what's to come. Take the Smithsonian, for example. Trump mocks its collections, from the Enola Gay to dinosaur fossils, suggesting they're either relics of a problematic past or, in the case of the dinosaurs, a bunch of bones stuck together. He even jokes that the botanical garden is a jail for plants, questioning why we confine nature instead of celebrating it. His critique extends to the separation of natural and regular history, asking, why isn't American history considered natural? What's so unnatural about it? It's a provocative point that highlights the often arbitrary divisions within museum curation. But here's where Trump's vision takes a turn into the fantastical. He imagines a museum of the future. Literally. Picture this, a bright, welcoming space filled with hoverboards, lightsabers, and even a Star Trek-inspired medical device. He proposes rooms dedicated to alternate timelines, a twilight zone where visitors can explore their own what-ifs, and even a chamber of pure brightness, a nod to his political allies' vision of a gleaming, unblemished America. It's part theme park, part utopian dream, and entirely unlike anything we've seen before. Yet, this is also where the controversy deepens. Trump's disdain for historical accuracy is no secret. He's famously downplayed the horrors of slavery, suggesting it might not have been gruesomely, gut-wrenchingly, nightmarishly horrible. In his ideal museum, such topics would be minimized or reimagined altogether. This raises a critical question. Should museums prioritize comfort over truth? Or is their role to challenge us, even if it means confronting uncomfortable realities? Trump's proposal isn't just about redesigning museums. It's about reshaping how we engage with history and the future. He wants visitors to leave feeling inspired, not burdened. Imagine walking into a museum and being greeted by 6 weeping men who tell you, "Sir, you are terrific." It's a far cry from the traditional museum experience, but it's also undeniably memorable. And perhaps that's the point, to make museums less about reflection and more about aspiration. But what do you think? Is Trump's vision a refreshing take on an outdated institution, or does it risk erasing the very lessons museums are meant to teach? Should museums focus on the future, or is their value rooted in preserving the past, warts and all? Let's spark a conversation. Agree or disagree, one thing is clear. Trump's ideas are as bold as they are polarizing. And in a world where museums are often seen as static, his proposal is anything but.